They finished fourth in the East Invitational, and tonight from the Centennial Bulldog Gymnasium, it is a rematch of sorts as the Centennial Bulldogs will take on the East Eagles in wrestling action. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeffrey Orman along with my broadcast partner, David Nixon. And David, these two teams are obviously very familiar with each other. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, they wrestled each other in the Invitational. But I guess it's a brand new match, and as you kind of take a look at the lineups between these two teams, where do you think the key matches are going to be taking place?
Well, Jeff, tonight we got a completely different lineup than we saw at the East Invitational for East. There was a couple key injuries, especially at the 285 weight class, with Andy Garcia blowing his knee out actually yesterday. He was a two-time state champ previous to this, so that's going to be a huge matchup for us if Cayman Garduno, our heavyweight, can get that win, as well as at the 126-pound, Troy Silver versus Ryan Roth. That's going to be a very good big matchup for us. And then as well as at 145, Cole Hernandez versus Juan Aragon. Cole Hernandez has been going off this season, and it's looking pretty great right now.
Well, it is going to be an exciting night, as it always is when they have the intra-city rivalries taking place. Now, David, I know you wrestled. Kind of take us inside what's going through the minds of all of these wrestlers tonight as they prepare to meet, in a sense, their crosstown rivals.
As you're lined up there, because I've been there multiple times over the past 3 years, and you start getting the nerves. You're looking at your opponent, trying to figure out what he's going to do and trying to start game planning for how you're going to wrestle your match. Right now you're more worried about what's going on for you, not as a team so much. Once the duel actually kind of starts, that's when you start to form as a team and start cheering each other on and helping each other out.
And I'm wondering and we saw a little bit of this the last time I did a match here against the Pueblo South Colts. How important is it to try to get the early points? In other words, are you aggressive from the outset? Do you try to feel out your opponent? Are you going to try and shoot him, take him down, and get a couple of points to start?
Well, it just kind of depends on who you're lined up against. Most of the time, I know Coach Adamson, he has you scout out your opponent for weeks ahead, but even then, you're still kind of, a lot of times you have to game plan in the moment during a wrestling match to see what's exactly going to happen. And as a team, there's no really perfect place to get points. You just want to keep getting points on top of points, because I've seen huge leads, 30-0 leads, where they've just gotten destroyed, and then the other team comes back 40-30, and that early lead means nothing.
We're going to take a very brief break as we have the playing of our national anthem, and then we'll be ready to go with our first match here from the Centennial Bulldog Gym. We'll be right back.
So as we have our captains headed onto the mat here to see who will get choice during the duel each match, they're going to flip a coin. They'll have a red and green side, and the winner is going to decide if they'll have odd or even numbers. So your odds, then get whether you're top or bottom, which is a huge factor into how you start scoring your points in the later round of match.
All right, we're just about set to go as the Centennial Bulldogs are under the direction of Gary Adamson. He has been coaching the Bulldogs since 1991, and according to the lineup that we do have, it looks like we are going to start with the heavyweights, David. So we're going to do the heavy lifting to start.
Well, actually, Jeff,
I think.
we're starting out with the 220s, just a little below those heavyweights, but it's still the heavy lifting.
220 is pretty heavy to me, I'll tell you that right now. So we're just about set to go as we take a look at the matchup here in this very first opening bout. As we have I believe the young man will be competing in the 220, walking right in front of us. He comes out to the center of the floor, and his opponent will be coming out to meet him. And here with the call of our very first match at the 220, here's my broadcast partner, David Nixon.
So we got James Gallery for Centennial versus Dominic Robles of East. This is going to be a very interesting matchup considering Dom is a 3-time state qualifier and a 2-time state placer versus James, who's a 2-time state qualifier. Both are looking to tie up here early. James looking for an underhook. Dom goes for a shot. James sprawls nicely, and they center back towards the center of the mat. Both are still trying to fill each other out here. And James goes for a double leg here. Nothing yet. He's driving, and they go out of bounds. Ref brings him back to the center of the mat.
As you mentioned, James is a state qualifier. He's been wrestling for 4 years here at Centennial. It's a big factor as he's taken down.
Dominic to the edge of the mat, getting 2 to go up here early, but the ref calls him out of bounds and brings him back to the center. Dom's going to be on top here.
How much of an advantage does he have here?
Right here, Dom actually has quite a bit of advantage, but it depends on how James reacts right off the whistle. If he was able to get a fast reaction and move out, then he would nullify that advantage. But it looks like Dom lets him out here and gives him the 1, which is quite a confident strategy per se. When a referee usually lets up that means he can take. And they're fighting for inside control here. Dom goes for a single leg. He drives in, and it looks like he's going to get it, and he gets another 2. Going up 4-1 with 20 seconds left here in the first period. Dom's riding him heavy, putting a lot of pressure up top. James can escape here with short time left as 10 seconds are on the clock. Dominic's riding high right now. James fighting to get the stand up here, and time expires. Going into the second period here, Dominic Robles is going to be 4-1 right now, and he chooses neutral.
Okay, what adjustments does the Centennial wrestler have to do being down 4-1?
Right. Well, right now he's out. Yeah. So right now down 4-1, he needs to take a couple more chances, but needs to be safe. As Dom gets another takedown, is starting to turn him. He has James on his back here. He's in a very bad situation here right now. He needs to fight off his back, otherwise he's going to get pinned here early. And Dom, confident, as he has him in. James struggling to get off his back with 1:26 on the clock right now in the second period. And all the pin. That puts East up 6-0 here early in this duel. Next up, we're going to have Cayman Garduno versus, I believe it is, Jarrell Jaquez. This is going to be an interesting matchup considering Cayman's original opponent, Andy Garcia, a 2-time state champ, blew out his knee yesterday. So this is going to be a huge matchup if Cayman can get this win.
Well, let's see if the Bulldogs can rebound as a in the second period gives the Eagles a 6-0 lead. Let's see how we do here in this next match.
Right now, both wrestlers are fighting for hand control. Cayman being very aggressive, gets a nice double A, but the ref calls him out and stands him back up, brings him back to the center. East wrestler full of energy, it looks like. Cayman being an aggressor here, looking for an underhook. Nothing there. They circle back to the center. Goes for a head snap, but the East wrestler holds strong. Now the East wrestler goes for a head snap. Cayman holds strong as well. They're fighting for inside control here. That's the thing about these heavyweight matches. It's like two bears dancing. Both are fighting for hand control still. Nothing. About 55 seconds left here in the first period. 0-0. Looking for a head snap here. Cayman being very aggressive now. Ooh. Look, manages to slip out of a head and arm and land on top, putting it up 2-0. He's riding heavy right now with 36 seconds left in the first. Trying to get a turn here, but he needs to know where he's at. He's at the edge of the mat. And the ref calls him out, brings him back to center with 29 seconds left.
So far, what have you seen in this opening period?
Well, it looks like...
I love the line bears dancing. I do like that one. That was good.
Well, right now, Cayman's being the aggressor, and it's paying off for him as he's up 2-0 in a heavyweight match. Whenever you're able to get a takedown early, that usually brings your probability of winning, like, I believe it's 5-fold. So, but Cayman lets the East wrestler get a escape here with 16 seconds left. It's 2-1 now.
Nice escape by the East wrestler. That was a good move.
That was a great first move by him to take away Cayman's top advantage. But as Cayman pushes the East wrestler out of bounds, the ref brings him back to center. 5 seconds left. And the first period ends 2-1. And it's going to be Cayman's choice. He defers. The East wrestler looking to his bench for help. And he chooses neutral. That's a very interesting choice as a heavyweight. Most times as a heavyweight, you want to choose top. Once you're on to get another heavyweight on you. Right now, Cayman's throwing Jock at the ground. Very clearly a stronger wrestler right now. Goes for a head snap. Fighting for hand control, gets an underhook. Pushes him towards the edge of the mat. And the ref calls him out. Got lucky there. If that was in the center of the mat, he might have ended up on his back.
Not sure Cayman agreed with the call. I think he thought his guy was still in.
It was close, but both of their feet were out of bounds, so it was the right call there. He's going for a head and arm, but Cayman just out-muscles him and puts him on his back. And they call the pin with a minute 23 left in the second period. Tying up the duel 6-6. And next we're going to have Dominic Castro versus Anthony Franklin.
I was very impressed by that second match, and once that Cayman got his man down, it was pretty much all over. You could see that East wrestler was not going to get out of that one.
That's how most heavy matches go right there. Once you end up on your back, you ain't coming out. They start this 106 match off, which is a huge difference in comparison to the heavyweight match. Both very fast wrestlers here. A lot more energy. Dominic being an aggressor here. Dom takes a shot, but nothing there. They're at the edge of the mat. Dom has wrist control. So they circle out of bounds, and the ref calls them back to center.
Unlike what we saw in the heavyweight match, I would imagine we'll see more speed and agility in these lighter classes, will we not?
Oh, much more. Both wrestlers are still kind of filling each other out right now as they tie up. Both wrestlers looking for an opening, but seem to be equally matched right now. There's a minute 10 left here in the first. It's still 0-0. It's neutral as they circle towards the edge of the mat. And the ref calls him out and brings him back to center.
If you're joining us for the very first time tonight, the East Eagles open up with a pin and Centennial counters. We're tied at 6.
Ooh, Dom takes a shot, but they're in a nice scramble here as Anthony Frank rolls out. They're still neutral right now. No points have been scored. Dom trying to suck in that leg map. And the ref calls him out and brings him back to center.
Dominic currently ranks statewide, according to our notes here.
Which is very impressive. He's only a sophomore this year. He wrestled varsity last year as well. Right now, both wrestlers still kind of just filling each other out as Dom has wrist control. But the East wrestler snaps Dom down. Breaks wrist control as they're at the edge of the mat again. Dom's fixing his head here. Anthony Fricklands takes a shot. Out of bounds, the ref brings him back to center once again. 6 seconds left in the first period right now, and it's 0-0. Period's up.
So the first period ends with both of these wrestlers feeling each other out as we get ready to move to the second period. And once again, here's David Nixon.
The period's really going to depend on how good of top game Dom has and how good of a bottom game Anthony has, because that's where most of this match is going to take place, with one in control. Dom has his leg in, but he's riding high. East can escape here. If he manages to get his head out, he'll get a reversal. Dom's holding on to the ankle for dear life, but Anthony, or the reversal, my correction. 30 in the second. It's 2-0 East. Anthony Franklin over Dominic Cruz right now. But Anthony's riding heavy. Dominic unable to get back up to his base as of right now. Looks like he has a chicken wing in. Dom's struggling to get back to his base right now. There's gonna be, which is crucial to work any move. And the ref calls it stale. Or no, a stall in my correction. As Dominic wasn't working enough to show the ref that he was putting enough effort for this match to continue. And Dom's still going to be on bottom here. Down 2-0 with a minute left in the second period. And the ref calls a caution on Anthony. Moved a little too soon before the whistle there. The ref has him reset. And Dom has a great first move as he stands up, fighting for hand control, but Anthony brings him back down to the mat. Dominic needs to fight to his base here, but Anthony's riding him tough right now. Anthony has wrist control. Keep preventing him from even trying to base up. Oh, it looks like he's going to try to run a half here. Dom's crawling towards the edge of the mat with 28 seconds as he's trying to base up. Anthony pulls him back in bounds. Dom needs to do something here. He's going to get another stalling call. It's 15 seconds left. Anthony's riding him tough, trying to work the move here. But Dom's fighting tough. He manages to get to his base for the most part. As short time here. And the period expires. It's 2-0. Anthony going to beast over Dominic Castro right now going into the third. And it's going to be Dom's choice. Dom looks a little tired right now, which is kind of surprising. He usually has quite a bit of energy. during his matches.
Hey, let's see what the strategy's going to be, and here we go, the final 2 minutes of this third period.
They had to go neutral here. Both wrestlers tying up with each other. Looking for wrist control here. Dom has it as they sort of the edge of the mat. Anthony goes for a takedown, but nothing. The ref calls it neutral and back up. The crowd's starting to get into this match here. Dom goes for a shot, misses, tries to get that leg, tries to get a double leg here. He's driving. Anthony sprawling hard, preventing it. He switches to a single, it looks like. And he drives Anthony back towards the edge of the mat. He manages to suck that leg in. Let's see if he can do something with it here at the edge of the mat. And the ref calls him out. Nothing. Dominic needs to work here if he wants to tie this match up.
Minute 13. It seems to be plenty of time. What does he do to win this match?
He needs to be aggressive here like he was just before they called him out of bounds and take more shots. But right now he's backing off and the ref calls stalling. It looks like he's in quite a bit of pain right now trying to fight through this match. They're circling, Dom takes a shot, but doesn't quite get there. He manages to get the leg. If he can drive, he can get 2 points here. Anthony Sprawl fighting hard. If he could switch to a double leg, then he managed to get the takedown, but looks like Anthony is just too tough on top. He manages to get another takedown, putting him up 4-0 with 35 seconds left in this third period. Anthony riding tough here, as there's only 20 seconds left. Dom's not doing much on bottom. Looks like the ref's getting ready to call another stall. 13 seconds. And he does. He gives him a stall, putting up Anthony up 5-0 as time's getting close to expiring here. 2 seconds left, and the ref calls a stalemate. The ref asking for a correction on the scoreboard, as it should be 5-0, Anthony.
I know we've had a lot of flu going around. Could Dominic be a little bit under the weather? That's kind of my observation here. He may not be feeling well tonight. Is that possible?
That's a very big possibility, Jeff. I know the flu has been going around the school, so as far as I know, that just could be the cause of his sluggish match there. Next up, we're going to have Jacob Gonzalez versus Natasha Finley at 113. Jacob is a state runner-up last year and a 3-time qualifier. Now East is leading the duel 9-6 as we go into the fourth match here. Natasha being aggressive here early, but Jacob's very calm as he manages to end up on top and get the 2 points. Attacking her. Ooh, looks like he might get an early pin here. And he does. Quick pin. And just like that, it's over. It putting Centennial up 12-9 over East.
And how about this? 17 seconds into the first period, and Centennial gets its second pin of the.
Much expected from Jacob, as he's one of our better wrestlers on the team. As I said, he's a 3-time state placer here at Centennial and a state runner-up last year. And next up, we're going to have Leo Castavilla versus Isaiah Cisneros at 120 pounds.
How do you see this one go?
I don't know much about Isaiah's style. So, but, Leo is kind of a calm wrestler like Jacob. He likes to put the legs in when he's on top and go for tilts quite a bit. He's not one to really go for the pin right away. It works for points. Both wrestlers just kind of filling each other out right now. They're both in a headlock right now. At the edge of the mat. Looks like Leo kind of goes for a shot, but nothing there. Isaiah goes for a shot, but it's out of bounds. Ref brings it back to center. They tie up right away. Now they break. Both of them are still just kind of filling each other out right now, as there's a minute down into this first period. It's still 0-0. Leo goes for a shot, but nothing there. Both wrestlers seem pretty evenly matched at the moment. Leo goes for another shot, but nothing there once again. They tie up, both looking for inside control right now. They're circling, looking to set up a shot. Cisneros fakes a shot. Leo goes in for a reshoot, but nothing there, because there's 35 seconds left now. They tie up once again. Like I said earlier, both wrestlers are pretty evenly matched right now, as neither can seem to find an opening against the other. Leo goes for another shot, has the leg. Isaiah sprawled, but Leo manages to get around and get the two with 10 seconds left in the first.
Well, we have one period in the books. The Bulldogs lead it by the score of 12-9. And your evaluation of what we just saw in that first period?
For most of the period, they were just kind of filling each other out and they evenly matched. But Leo finally managed to find an opening and get the 2 points, which is going to be very huge going on into the second and third periods. Leo's going to end up on top here, as it looks like East chose bottom. And Leo stops Isaiah's first move, looking to put the legs in. As I said, he loved to ride with the legs and go for tilts quite often. But Isaiah has that leg, so he's kind of in a funky predicament here. Almost had a cradle there, but nothing there. Leo's riding tough on top. Minute 30 here left in the second. Leo's up 2-0 as he's riding East's Isaiah Cisneros. He puts the leg in and brings him back down to the mat as Isaiah tries to has the legs in. Looking for what might be a helicopter here. And nothing. The ref calls a stalemate. Leo's still going to be on top. With a minute 3 here in the second period. The ref gives Leo the okay. And starts them back up. Leo stops Isaiah's first move and brings him right back down to the mat. He's riding him tough, keeping him from getting back to his base, but Isaiah's fighting hard and manages to get back to all fours. Wrist right now, but I don't know if he can do anything with it quite yet. 35 seconds left. Leo looks to put the leg in. Oh, it looks like he's going for a cradle. Oh, and the ref hasn't started counting yet, and there he goes. 18 seconds. Ten seconds left. Leo still has that leg, and it's riding Isaiah pretty tough here. The ref is holding some points. Can't see if it's 3 yet. And it's 3, putting Leo up 5-0 going into the third period.
Leo building up some nice points in that second period. It was 2-0 going into the second period. He was able to get 3 points, and I don't want to say it's a comfortable lead because all you have to do is pin him, and all of a sudden you've got 6 points on the board for East. But what is the strategy now for the 5-point lead?
5-point lead right now. The fact that Isaiah had chosen bottom in the second period means Leo can choose bottom here in the third, which allows him as a strategy to get the escape and get one. That's how most wrestlers look at their matches, as the simple points of top or bottom and getting the escape to get one or a reversal to get two. And right now Isaiah is riding Leo pretty tough though. And Leo's looking the base up here. Manages to get back to his base. Isaiah has a tight waist right now. Leo stands up. They're at the edge of the mat. And Leo gets the one at the edge of the mat with 1:03 left here in the third, putting it up 6-0. If he could get around, it'll be 8-0 as he'll put the takedown. Do is get that leg free, and he does. And just like that, it's 8-0 with 48 seconds left in this match. Quite a comfortable lead here. Leo's still going to look to work here, as he does have a major decision right now, so he can't afford to give up any points, because a major decision is going to be worth 4 points instead of 3 on the team score.
When you have a lead like this, I would imagine 23 seconds can seem like an eternity, and even more so if you're only hanging on by a thread, right?
Oh, yeah. But Leo right now, he's shown clear dominance over Isaiah, and I don't think he's going to be too worried about it, as there's only 16 seconds left. All he needs to do is ride Isaiah out, and he'll get the major decision. But it's going to be key here that he stops Isaiah's first move right off the whistle. In other words, Isaiah might get an escape and get one, making it only a minor decision. They're in a scramble here with 10 seconds left. Leo ends up back on top. Isaiah's trying to sit out, but nothing. Looks like Leo might have some back points, but the ref didn't see it. And like that, at 8-0, Leo Cosville with the win for Centennial, putting Centennial up 15 down. Up next, we're going to have Benji for, I believe it's Ryan Raw. Yep, and it is Ryan Raw. I've known Ryan since middle school, actually, and he's always been quite an aggressive wrestler. A great wrestler overall. So this is going to be interesting, as Benji is a freshman stepping in for Troy Silver today. Ryan being very aggressive and puts Benji on the ground just like that, getting up 2-0.
We have a freshman on the mat here. Is that correct? Did I hear you correctly on that?
Yeah, Benji is a freshman here. And this is where matches do really become tough. As a freshman, when you're going up against a senior like Ryan Raw, a state qualifier and state placer, you're just a lot of times going to get out-muscled. I remember my freshman year, when I started varsity at heavyweights, it was just a significant strength difference against some of those bigger guys. Gets the early pin here with only 32 seconds into the match. Up next, we're going to have, I believe it is Logan Collins versus Jason Hill at 132 pounds.
We've got it. This match is tightened up as a result of that pin, David. It's now 16-15 in favor of the Bulldogs. So this could be a match that comes right down to perhaps the last bout.
Oh, definitely. Especially with the fact here that Jason Hill is a state placer and state qualifier as well. East being a very dominant team in the past couple of years, taking, I believe it was second last year as a team at state. Jason Hill, Dominic Robles, Andy Garcia, just to name a couple of their state placer wrestlers. Oh no, they're both scrambling here. Logan putting up a good fight right now. Logan Collins actually his family has quite a history here. Both his older brothers wrestled for Centennial as well. His oldest brother, Cameron Bones, actually being a state qualifier. And Jace gets putting him up 4-0. Lets Logan go. Like I said earlier, when a wrestler lets his opponent go, it's a sign of confidence that he knows he can take his opponent down once again. Oh. And he goes for a wild head and arm there and puts Logan on his back, and it's a quick pin just like that. 58 seconds remaining into the first. And that's going to put up East 21-16 over Centennial right now. Next up, we're going to have Charles Medina versus Aiden Valdez at 138 pounds.
Well, back-to-back pins has put the East Eagles up by 5, and it's time to make a rally. And it looks like Charles Medina will be the man that will be asked to do it as we kind of try to get a little bio on him here.
Charles is a junior this year, actually, and it's going to be his second year wrestling varsity right now against a very tough opponent in Aiden Valdez, another one of East State placers. Actually, he's a state champ. I believe it was 126 pounds last year, moving weight at 132. An interesting story about Aiden actually is, I believe it was not this last summer, but the summer before that, he was actually in a fireworks accident here in Pueblo and lost part of his hand and one of his eyes. So he's a very tough wrestler for anyone to go against, as he's fought his way back and is still one of the top wrestlers out there. And right now, Aiden has the lead 2-0. Charles. Charles looking to sit out, gets back to tripods up. Knocks Charles down out of his 55 seconds in the first, are left in the first. Aiden running the chicken wing. All he needs to do is set his hips, and Charles going to back. The ref counting back points. This is one of the harder positions to fight out when you're on your back. It looks like it might end up as another pin here for East with 30 seconds left in the first. Aiden can't quite get Charles' right shoulder. He managed to slip his arm out.
Good escape. I thought they might have had him on that.
Charles managed to keep his right shoulder up and finally sneak out his arm, keeping him alive, but he is down 5-0 with 10 seconds left in the first right now. And Aiden's getting more back points right now. Short time. Charles needs to fight to make sure he doesn't get pinned here. And the period expires, but Aiden gets another 3 points, making it 8-0, going into the second already.
Charles Medina had to be absolutely elated that he heard the buzzer. It looked like he was within a millisecond of maybe getting pinned again, David. So now he has a chance to regroup. Let's see what happens here in the second.
Aiden goes for a quick takedown here early. Gets it. And Aiden has Charles on his back once again. And it looks like Charles might not be able to get off his back this time, as Aiden is trying to get both shoulders down so he can get the pin. Charles fighting as hard as he can, but Aiden has that in tight, and the ref gives him the pin. That puts East up 27-16. Just like that, they have a 10-point lead going into a huge match for us with Cole Hernandez, a three-time state qualifier and a one-time state placer last year. Cole's been going on quite a streak these past couple weeks of wrestling, as first at the Colfax SmackDown as well as at the Warrior and Invitationals. Cole gets a nice throw by right away. He has to bring him back down to the mat, and he does. Right into a tilt. Wow. And he lets Juan Aragon go, making it a 2-1 match. Juan goes for a headlock here. He has the underhook. He has a double under. But Cole manages to get around and get another takedown. Right now in this match, it looks like Cole's practicing his takedowns like a practice. And he lets him go once again, making it 4-2. Looks like Cole might go for the tech fall here, as he gets another throw by for a takedown, making it 6-2. Only a minute down here in the first period, as it's 6-3 as Cole lets him go once again. Ooh, Cole with some slick moves there as he, oh, and a nice double leg. Putting Cole up 8-3. He lets him go once again. Cole's just toying with Juan right now, it looks like. Clearly outmatched. Ooh. And he fakes the duck under and goes into a headlock. He's just muscling Juan Aragon around right now with 30 seconds left in the first. It looks like Cole will probably build up his lead quite a bit with all these takedowns and then go for a pin later on in the period. And Cole gets another 2 points as he does the wrong leg in. 10 seconds left in the first as he's up 10-4. You can hear coaches telling him to actually try to get a turn here as the first period expires.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I like this guy. I really, really do. He's down 4-0 right now, but I'm going to tell you what. I have a feeling this is going to be a tight match. I wouldn't be surprised if Cole is able to rally and perhaps win this match. He's a competitor.
Jeff, Cole's up 10-4.
I'm sorry, 10-4. Oh, I've got a 10-4. I beg your pardon.
Yeah,
I missed a 0.
Yeah, Cole has quite the lead right now as he kind of just dominates this match. He gets another takedown, making it 12-4. Here early in the second. He looks like he's going to go for the pin here now. All he has to do is sink his hips and Juan will be on his back, and there it is. Now he has all the time in the world just to put it. Oh, and Juan manages to roll back over, but that's 3 back points, and it's 15-4. 4 more points and it'll be a tech fall. He goes for a power half, or my correction, Cole goes for a power half. Juan slowly starting to turn. Cole runs it. Juan's on his back. Bull shoulders down. And it looks like Cole's going to have the pin here. And there it is. And just like that, it's 27-22. East Eagles over the Centennial Bulldogs. That was quite a big match for us right there. As Cole managed to hit and bring us right back into the stool.
Well, I think you could see when he came out on that floor, he was loaded for bear. I mean, he just absolutely, well, he brings the score a little bit closer, 27-22. I like him. I really do. He's a senior, I believe, according to our notes here, and he's brought the Bulldogs right back into a big match for him. Let's see if that will carry over to the rest of the night.
Next up, we're going to have the 152-pounders, Brian Torre versus Elijah Wistoff. And Elijah Wistoff gets a head and arm, it looks like, and Brian's on his back here early. He needs to fight to his knees. But Elijah Wistoff has him in tight. Brian's trying to fight. Brian's having trouble getting out here. Still on his back. Like I said, Elijah has this in tight right now. If Brian could get to his knees, he might be able to get out. Elijah, if he wants to get the pin here, needs to get both shoulders down. Oh, but he decides to let it go, giving him a 5-0 lead as he has 3 back points and a takedown. Elijah still has control as he has a headlock right now. If Brian can sneak his head out, then he'll give him a 1-point escape, making it 5-1, as there's a minute and 10 seconds down here in the first. Brian goes for the takedown. Oh, and he's reversed as Elijah gets a nice toss there. Brian's on his back once again at the edge of the mat, though. 35 seconds left. Brian's trying to fight to his knees again. It doesn't look good for Brian right now. The ref calls him out. And it's going to be 10-1, I believe, with 27 seconds left in the first. Elijah clearly in control of this match right now. He's going to be on top here as the remainder of the first period begins once again. Brian tries to stand up right away, but is stopped. Has a strong base right now, but Elijah's breaking it down, it looks like. Ooh, and it looks like he's going for a stab here. And he's getting it right now. Brian's in deep trouble here. And it looks like it's going to end up being a pin, but Brian's fighting as there's short time. It's still 3 back points, though, for Elijah Wistoff, giving him a 13-1 lead. 3 more points, and Elijah will get the tech fall, which is going to be worth 5 team points for the East Eagles. Brian chooses neutral to begin the second period. Elijah fakes a shot, ties up. And he tries to shut Brian up as he has that headlock in. Brian has an underhook though. And they break it off. 30 seconds down in the second period. They tie up once again. Fighting for inside control here. Ooh, and Elijah gets the head and arm, putting Brian right back onto his back. That's 2. Any back points here, and it'll be a tech ball. Brian's trying to keep off his back the best he can. And he manages to stay off his back and avoid giving up any back points. Like I said, 1 more point and it will be a tech ball and the match will be called. Looks like Elijah's going for a tilt, but Brian's fighting hard. And he goes for an escape and gets it, giving him a little room to breathe right now. As right now, Brian's main objective is just not to get pinned or tech fault. And Elijah goes for another head and arm. And just like that, he gets it. And he's going for the pin here, and it looks like he might have it with 25 seconds left. Brian struggling to get off his back. Elijah has that in really tight this time. You hear the fans starting to get into it. Short time with 12 seconds left. Elijah gets the pin, putting up East 33-22 right now. Going into the, or I believe it is the 160-pound match. It looks like we're gonna have Rodriguez, who's been moved down to 100 versus Noah Rivera.
5 straight pins in this match.
Hold on 1 second. There seems to be a little confusion here at the ref's table. They try to short things out. The ref tells both wrestlers to go back to their bench and stay warm.
What could they possibly be discussing over here? Is it just who's supposed to be on the mat, or what are we looking at?
So I think it's the fact that originally we had Jarrett Nakamura lined up at the 160-pound weight class, but he actually has fractured shin, I believe it is, keeping him out of wrestling tonight. And it looks like Alex Rodriguez is going to take his place instead, moving him down to 160. unless Centennial decides just to forfeit the 160-pound match and straight to the 170-pound match, where Alex would actually be facing Diego Duran instead of Arguello. But either way, for Centennial, up next we got Alex Rodriguez, who's a junior.
All right, I'm still trying to get a clarification. What you say makes perfect sense. I mean, if we have had a forfeit, we haven't gotten a confirmation on any of that yet, but it's 33-22 Easton. Here we go with our next match, this one at the 170 class.
And both wrestlers being very aggressive here. Alex Rodriguez actually started wrestling because he has a background in MMA, and both are tying up right now. Looking for inside control and wrist control. Alex tries a throw by. They're still trying to feel each other out here as half a minute's gone by. And they're both fighting for control right here. Alex has wrist control. Both kind of just trying to muscle each other around right now here early in this match. There's a minute gone by now. Still not much action right now. And finally, we get a shot from East. He has the single leg in. Alex needs to sprawl here. He switches to a double as he's trying to drive. Alex has the unders, and they break it off. Circle back to center with 40 seconds left here in the first period. East fakes a shot, but Alex ends up on top with a headlock. 20 seconds left. The rest still calling neutral. If he can get around, he'll get the two. Oh, and he tries to shuck him by, but nothing. And now East goes for a shot. Nothing there as they tie up once again. Short time, 5 seconds left. It's still 0-0. East tries to bring Alex to the ground. Has a leg, but nothing. And back to your question, Jeff. The MMA background actually can be more of a hindrance than helpful. Used to a different way of moving than you are in wrestling. There's a lot more rules to this collegiate style wrestling than there is in the MMA. And it looks like East ends up on top here after a nice shuck by with a minute 30 left in the second period. It's 2-0. Alex is put on his back as the ref starts counting back points. Alex needs to fight. He's not going to get pinned here as he still has his shoulder up. But he's trying to get that shoulder down as he moves his hips in position. And Alex is in deep trouble here. As it looks like both his shoulders are down now. Oh, but he's fighting and manages to get turned. And he might have the reversal. He has one. And Alex got caught sleeping there, it looks, as the ref had given him an escape, but East went right back in for the takedown. Alex was trying to adjust. As it's 7-2 now, East trying to put Alex on his back again, and they call the pin. Wow. That makes it 38-22 East. As Noah Rivera of East gets that win. This next weight at 170 pounds. Duarte gets the win by forfeit, moving East up 44-22 now, as there's only 2 matches left. The chances of Centennial have just gone out of winning this duel out the window, but that doesn't mean that these matches matter any less to the individual wrestlers, as affects their record going into regionals. Next up, we're going to have Nick Ponce. He's a senior at 182 pounds versus Xavier Freeman, a sophomore. This is actually an interesting matchup here. Nick Ponce, the past couple years at 182, has actually wrestled Xavier Freeman's older brother, Zion Freeman, state champion, state runner-up. Both are tying up right here right now, looking for wrist control. Ponce has it right now. Ponce being a little bit more aggressive than Xavier, it looks like, as half a minute's passed by now. And Xavier goes for a throw by, but Ponce manages to slip out. They're circling the center. A minute's gone by. Ponce goes in for a single leg, switches to a double at the edge of the mat, and the ref calls him out. They're still trying to kind of fill each other out as the minutes pass by now. Ponce has wrist control up in this tie. Ooh, and a nice shuck into a single leg, or duck under, I should say, into a single leg. Ponce going for the takedown, but Xavier fighting hard to get out of it. They look quite evenly matched in strength as Ponce runs Xavier out of bounds. With 34 seconds left in this first, it's still 0-0. Xavier ties up right away. And Xavier goes for the shot this time, but Ponce has him in the head, and they break it off. "20 seconds left. They're both tying up, looking for inside control right now. As time's getting close to expiring with 5 seconds. Still 0-0. And that's the period right now. As both seem very evenly matched, but it's going to be Nick's choice. You hear Gary Adamson tell Ponce to choose bottom. So he's going to be looking to get an escape here early in the second period. Ref seemed to be correct in something with the reffing table. Ponce tries to tripod up right away. Xavier's trying to break him down, but Ponce just standing up still. Trying to fight for hand control at the edge of the mat. Nothing there. Tries to sit out, and he gets to the one. Xavier being very aggressive, but now they circle back to the center of the mat. They tie up here. Looks like Ponce might go for another duck under. And there it is, right into a double, but they go out of bounds. You can hear Garrett Adamson, Coach Adamson's son, telling Ponce that he needs to be more aggressive here. They're circling here at the center of the mat, both looking for inside control, and this tie up once again. Ponce goes for takedown, has the leg in, he's trying to suck it in with a minute left. Ponce is driving, but Xavier's whizzing hard and sprawling hard. He's trying to get a crossface to break Ponce's grip here, and he does, as they both stand back up as a minute's passed now. And at the edge of the mat, they're called out and brought back to center. Ponce is still up 1-0 with the only points being an escape here early in the second. Xavier goes for a throw by, but nothing there. Looks like Ponce is trying to set up another duck under, but Xavier is aware of that now as he's keeping his hands off. "25 seconds left. both evenly matched right now. Xavier being a little more aggressive here as time's getting short. Ooh, Ponce goes for a duck under, but there's nothing there. Both fighting. This match is starting to get a little heated as they go out of bounds. Both wrestlers seem to be quite frustrated right now as neither can really do anything against the other wrestler. Both wrestlers who usually are pretty dominant in their matches. As Xavier tries to stand up, Ponce brings it back down to the mat as he has his leg. Ponce still has control at the edge of the mat here, and they're called out. The East bench on their feet. Ponce is on top here. So there's only 10 seconds into the third period. Ponce is up 1-0 still. He cannot give up any points. Ponce manages to get the leg in. Looking to go for a helicopter, it looks like. Nothing here. The ref might call a stalemate here soon if there's no more action. You can hear the Centennial bench yelling, but Ponce hit a helicopter. He doesn't quite have the position of his hips to get that helicopter quite yet, but he's getting there as there's only a minute 10 left in this third. Ponce is riding Xavier tough right now, as this match is going to come down to the wire. Less than a minute now. As Ponce looking for a move to work as he keeps Xavier out of his base, and Xavier is unable to do anything right now. Ponce is looking for a power half. And the ref calls a stalemate. Quite an interesting call as Xavier wasn't doing much on bottom. You would think it would be a stalling call instead of a stalemate, but with 41 seconds left in the third, Ponce is still up 1-0. He's on top. Look, put the leg in again. Does. 30 seconds left now. Ponce needs to crossface here to get this helicopter and tips over. Short time with 15 seconds left. There. Xavier's trying to get pace. Can't quite do anything as 5 seconds left. It looks like that's how the match is going to end, 1-0. As Nick Ponce comes out on top over Xavier Freeman in the 182-pound match. Next up, we're going to have the 195-pound match, our final match of the night. Tyler Aragon versus Zion Freeman, Xavier's older brother, and a 3-time state qualifier and a 2-time state placer. This is going to be a tough match for Tyler, as this is only his first year wrestling varsity as a junior right now. Or, my correction, second year, as he did manage to get some varsity time last year at the 195-pound weight class. Tyler's going in for a shot, but Zion circling around, manages to hook Tyler's ankle. It's still neutral, though, as Tyler has Zion's leg, and Zion ends up on top immediately. 30 seconds gone in this first period. 2-1 right now, Zion Freeman. And Zion's looking for the underhooks. He has him right now. Tyler goes for the leg, but it's just pressured down by Zion, giving him another takedown. That's 4-1 now. 4-2 as he lets Tyler up once again. Zion shoots enough from there. Now he's pressuring Tyler down with the headlock while Histon stepping by to get another takedown. He doesn't have to do that. It looks like Tyler's starting to kind of wane here as it's 6-3 now. When a wrestler takes you down and lets you up so many times like this, it's quite defeating to your pride. It's tough to finish out a match like that, as there's 38 seconds left here in the first. It's 8-4. Zion Freeman right now, clearly in control of this match. He's taking up and letting down Tyler Aragon. And looks like Tyler lost the contact as the ref calls injury time. Contact either got dislodged or it was an eye poke. Looks like it's contact as another one just fell out of his eye. He gives it to his coach as he goes back, and the ref stops his injury time. There's 27 seconds left in this first period. As it's 8-4, Zion Freeman and East Eagles over Tyler Aragon. And Zion goes in for a takedown but doesn't get it. Looking for underhooks now. Ooh, Zion goes for a takedown, but Tyler manages to slip out of it. 10 seconds left as Zion gets a single leg. Looking to finish it. And he gets it. That's another takedown. Tyler's trying to fight here, but nothing. It's going to be 10-4 going into the second period. And it's going to be Zion's choice. His bench has him choose neutral. Tie up here. Tyler looking a little timid, what most wrestlers would be after being taken down so many times. And Zion gets another takedown with only 15 seconds into this first period. 12-4, and it looks like Zion's going to go for a turn here. And Tyler manages to scramble out of that, but Zion still manages to get 2 back points out of it. So it's 14-4 now. And Zion hits a tilt, but didn't keep Tyler on his back long enough. And now it's another tilt as Tyler's on his back. And it looks like the refs counted 3 back points. A minute left in the second period. 17-4. 2 more points and it'll be called a tech ball. Looks like Zion's going for the cradle here, his special move. And Tyler looks stuck, and he is. 59 seconds left in the second period. Zion Freeman gets the pin over Tyler Aragon, ending this duel here at Centennial. As Eastman gets the win here, 50-5 over the Bulldogs.
That's hard to overcome. They've got a very tough squad. Centennial kind of felt it tonight as they're calling this match 50-25. If you got your guys getting pinned, that's a pretty hard hill to climb.
Oh yeah, especially when a pins and forfeits are worth the most points. Centennial gave up 170 pounds, which was 6 points alone, on top of those 7 pins. That's just a mountain that's too tough to climb for most teams. And you're not really going to see anyone overcome that.
Not much you can say about it.
And those 3 highlights of the night for Centennial with the pins. Jake was in the first period, only being 15 seconds in. And right now, all Centennial can really do is look forward to this Saturday as they host their own tournament, the Bulldog Invite, which will contain multiple tough teams from out of state, as I believe it's Dumas, Texas, and multiple others.
into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up. Climbing and climbing, I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost myself. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stood still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday.
lost to East tonight. How do you guys plan to rebound back at Bulldog this weekend?
Well, I think this match this weekend was a tough fought win. We won the tournament this last weekend, and I think this was a little bit of a reality check of the hunt that we have to go through. You know, we're 4 or 5 in the state, and these guys are up there in the top 2, top 3. So this is what we got to compete with. This is what we got to grind for in the rest of the year to beat a team like this.
Going into your match, you got the pin into the second period, almost ending up with the tech ball as you kept taking down and laying up on Aragon. How did you feel during that match?
I felt great. This is my first legit cut down to 145, so I thought I was going to be a little gassed, but I just went out there and worked my stuff and did what I needed to do to get the win for my team.
Well, that's all we got for you, so we're going to head to another commercial, guys, and thank you for your time, Cole.
Thank you.
Go back here, or do we want to stay at center court? Doesn't make any difference. What do they want to do?
Do it right here.
Just stand up right here. Right here. All right.
You're a rolling stone, but I'm a cannonball. You're not fooling me, not fooling anyone. Got your head in a cloud, so delusional. In an ocean of all this emotion, God's been sure.
Along with Nixon, I'm Jeffrey Orman as the East Eagles come in here to the Centennial Bulldog Gymnasium and win it 50-25, a tough night for the Dogs.
It was definitely a tough night as the East Eagles came out with 7 pins and a forfeit. That's very tough hill to climb up for the Bulldogs, and it just was too much in the end. So, as this is your second match that you've ever really commentated for wrestling, how did you feel about tonight's performance?
Well, you know, I think East says they're loaded. I mean, they came in here and they got to the business early, and when you score 42 points, courtesy of 7, that's a tough hill to climb. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully the Centennial Bulldogs will learn from this experience and continue to improve as the season goes on.
Definitely. So
our final score tonight, East defeats Centennial 50-25. Our tonight's broadcast of the Centennial East Wrestling Competition was directed by Kyle Arguello. A special thanks to Danielle Vigil, who handled our graphics. Audio tonight from Jacob Lewis. On camera, we want to thank our camera crew of Donovan Enclade, Ben Christopherson, and Devin Tapia. So for my broadcast partner, David Nixon, I'm Jeffrey Orman, bidding you a very pleasant good evening from the Centennial Bulldog Gym here at Centennial High School.